What did it mean to you? I want to go all the way back to the beginning, winning the Golden Gloves, especially at the time that you won them.
Well, that was the first step, right? It was like the greatest thing happening because you're young, 16 years old, you got 20,000 or 22,000 people looking at you, in that big arena in Madison Square Garden. So it was like one of the biggest moments ever because it's the biggest pride that we had. That made me feel so great. It was unbelievable. They inspired me a lot because a young kid going to a gym and seeing um you working out in the same place where you got champions like Emmett Griffith and contenders like Harold Weston and all that stuff. I mean, it was something great. I mean, it's something that you like never dreamed of.
Always considered the mecca of boxing. What did it mean to you to be fighting at a place like that, such a historic venue?
Everybody's dream. It was Madison Square Garden. You know, a lot of people didn't make it to fight him in Madison Square Garden, and that was what everybody was hoping for. And to me, it was the biggest moment of pride that you ever felt. And
Yeah.
you know, me being from New York, it made me such a proud person that it's like my own home. I call Madison Square Garden. I used to call it my own home,
Right.
but I had like 18 fights there.
And so you graduated into the top 10 pretty quickly. You're moving up quickly, and your first title shot is against the legend, Salvador Sanchez.
Well, the thing I remember that I always I said if I got to test myself, right, or not test myself, is to see who I am, is to fight the best, right? So and in a short time we fought good fighters, and we beat them, and we moved on. So getting a title fight that quick, it was impressive, and surprising to a lot of people because but to me, I knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
So, and I prepared myself and I tried to give it my all. I did give it my all.
Right.
I needed more experience. Yes, I did. I know I saw it, as the fight went on. But in the fight itself, I learned a lot, because he had more experience than me and all that. So there's things that I know that I should have done that I didn't do because I didn't know how to do it then. But it was one of the best experience, for a title fight in 14 or 15 fights.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
and what do you remember about him in particular, his style and of course his tragic death not long after that.
Well, Sanchez, the thing, he looked like he's not all that, like,
Yeah.
you know, his
Yeah.
style stuff, and you think that you could reach it, in a moment or that you want. But no, he was a little awkward, difficult, and classic. I mean, he knew how to be there at the right time with the jabs and with the right hand, move away. And, he had a lot of experience, and I learned a lot of things from that because, you either got to fake it or you got to be on the other side so you could catch him on that side. So there's things that a lot of things they go by you because you don't know them.
Shortly after that, you knock out Rocky Lockridge. Just talk about that fight.
Well, I was already tested by like one of the best, right? I mean, the best ever. So I gave myself a lot of confidence. That's what you could call it. I gave myself a lot of confidence, and I wanted to walk right through them. Like whoever, if they would have put King Kong to fight me, I would have fought King Kong. You understand?
Yeah.
That's the And Lockridge, he was number one contender,
Yeah.
and a lot of people say he was going to knock me out and stuff like that. And that poked me a little bit, and that made me work a little harder.
Right.
So I mean, I worked hard to for the fight, and thank God it went the way it went, and it just got over that. I mean, that was one step that a lot of people thought that I was going to fail.
And then shortly after Lockridge, the impressive knockout, you find yourself in another title shot with another experienced guy, and this one,
Well,
boy, what a controversy that was.
that's what happened. They gave me all the bad guys, right? No, Pedroza, a horrible, horrible fight.
Yeah,
Anybody, whoever saw that fight that was around at that time, it was a horrible fight. The guy is very dirty fighter,
yep.
and the whole thing was set up and cheated. Pedroza, good fighter because you can't take that away from him. He's not a bad person, but he fights dirty, and that's the way he kept his belt. But the whole thing, 59 fouls in one fight. He's got three warnings in one fight.
Right.
He had smelling sauce, which is illegal.
Yep.
The corner. So everything they did was wrong and illegal. And I thought I won. I know I won the fight.
Yeah.
And they gave it to him. But the thing is that I was fighting to get that belt, and we took him to a hearing with the commission of New Jersey, and Jersey Joe Walcott. He reversed the decision, and 7 other states did the same, and they gave me the win, but they never was done. They never put it on the books. They never gave me the belt. WBA didn't want to give me the belt, and then didn't want to give me the rematch.
But you did become a champion shortly after that, and you fight Miranda, and that was at the Garden, right?
Yeah, Mario Miranda. Yeah, it was in the Garden. But like I said, when I was fighting Mario Miranda, I was pumped up already. I was pumped up. I was ready. I know who I was fighting. The guy was a power puncher and long reach and all that stuff. So I said, I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna take this guy because I'm not, I'm not gonna lose the title, to a guy, no way. Anyways, what I did, I went to the body right away, and he came down to my size, and I controlled the fight from there. But he was a good puncher. He got me in the second round with a good right hand. And I said, whoa, you're not hitting me with that no more. You understand? So I forced the fight more, and I made him retreat a little bit and fight my fight, which was better for me. And and until he just didn't want to go no more. To me, the Golden Gloves was like more than the world title already.
Mm-hmm.
Because me, by winning the glove, I thought that was the biggest thing in the world to me.
Right.
So I mean, it was that experience, and the experience of the world title. It was like I've been there before.
Yeah.
So it didn't hit me that much after. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm world champion. Okay. Yeah, but exactly that day, no, I just won the title. I was happy.
Very few people, you among them, fought both Chavez and Sanchez. Ruben Castillo is one of them. Tough vet. You beat him in your first title defense. What do you remember about that fight?
Well, if I take you back to 14, 15 years old, right? When I was a kid, I used to go out to the Park Pratt Institute in Brooklyn to play, ball, baseball and stuff like that. One day, the guy next door to me, it was a mechanic, and had a bunch of friends watching fights in the house. The Budweiser tournament from Don King. And I looked on the TV, guess who's fighting? Ruben Castillo was fighting with somebody. And I said, damn, if I was a fighter, I'd never fight a guy like him. He was like a machine. Throwing and he won the tournament.
Yeah.
I'd say I would never fight a guy like that if I was a boxer. And then my first defense was Ruben Castillo. And I was saying, oh shit. And the fight in Puerto Rico, when I was fighting him, my first 6 rounds, I was in the daze. I was like in another world. And I got smacked by Carlos Espada and told me, you're going to get up, you're going to give him your title? and I woke up and that was it. I just started banging on him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, but I was like in a daydream thinking about what I had said back in the years.
I'll just keep on that theme with Wilfredo Gomez. You fight him in Puerto Rico, right? Just talk about that night. Another all-time great. You didn't duck anybody, man.
To me, he was like one of the weakest guys that I fought, and it was one of my worst fights ever. That was my worst fight ever because really, I overdid it with him because I overtrained. I did so much work that I wanted to beat the crap out of him, right?
Yeah,
I didn't catch myself in what I was doing. The day before the fight, I went to the gym and it was like 120 degrees. And I was working out that day, just breaking up a big sweat,
yeah.
and loose and just thinking about what I wanted to do. But I think I too much came out of my body, too much liquids and
Okay.
stuff. It's still like that. And in the fight, I just couldn't do it. Nothing.
Wow.
Everything that I wanted to do didn't come out the way I wanted to. I see him in front of me, and I could think I could hit him, and I couldn't hit him. And it wasn't because he was fast or anything else. It was just my delay and everything. It was like a delay
Right.
and horrible.
Did you look to get a rematch with him?
Listen, nobody ever wanted to give me a rematch.
Yeah.
The only one that ever fought me twice was maybe a brave, skinny kid from New Jersey. His name is Edwin Rivera. He fought me 3 times.
Let's talk about that Chavez fight. It's extremely close fight. Two judges has a 1 point difference. Do you feel that you won that fight, Juan?
Well, yeah, I always tell the public and the people to judge it for themselves and look at it. Um, I thought I won the fight. He got points taken away from him. He got warnings for hitting low and all that. And the fight was a close fight also. So if you take away a round or two, right?
Yeah,
Who's supposed to win the fight?
right.
So, I mean, I think I did enough. I hit the hard shots and all that. I looked like a beaten fighter because I blew my nose and I got a little swollen under my eye and whatever. Well, Chavez knows it for himself because every time I talk to him, he don't want to talk about it. You, you know, I tell him, "Come on, let's do it again." He said, "No, no." The whole Madison Square Garden thought that he lost the fight.
Who do you think was better, Chavez or Sanchez?
Everybody asked me the same question, right? Even
Yeah.
Mexico and everything. But the honest truth is Salvador Sanchez would have beat him. Salvador Sanchez would have outboxed him. He would have put his face just like he did mine. And
Yeah.
I mean, Chavez wasn't a great defensive fighter. At the beginning, Chavez was always coming in to fight and
Yeah.
getting hit and just taking it. But with a guy like Salvador, I don't think that would work with him. I think that Chavez would just go in there and try to knock, Sanchez out, and Sanchez is not easy to knock out. He takes good punch. He moves well, and he's got the stamina that I never seen ever in my life.
Yeah.
Nobody has that kind of stamina.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guy recuperating 28 seconds. Who does that in the ring?
You fought in many, many unique places and historic places. You went all the way to Belfast, Northern Ireland to fight McGuigan. What was that like?
It was bad. It was bad. It goes to show you how tough Brooklyn boys are. We go anywhere. That's the way I thought about it. You know what I mean? And yeah, some parts were scary because I mean you're in a place where they bombing and what the soldiers, because they don't look like cops, they look like soldiers,
Right.
and they have the guns pointing at people, and stuff like that. And I mean, I was doing it by myself, really.
Yeah.
I was running out there in the morning by myself. There was one horse that used to be next to me and run down the fence until he can't no more. And then he used to wait for me and he used to run right back. That's the only friend I had there. Yeah.
Wow.
I fought. I thought I was doing good, but then I waited too long. everybody treat me well. You know, a lot of them wanted me to win because they probably not Catholics or whatever. Yeah, they treated me good. But in the fight itself, I was like kind of angry because they left me in the ring like 7 or 8 minutes with a cloud of cigarette smoke on. Everybody there spoke, and you look up and you think you're outside because it's a cloud of smoke of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I hate cigarettes. Yeah, but yeah, during the fight, I was trying to just show him that I was the tough guy and taking shots and stuff like that. But when I wanted to fight back, it was too late.
Why was the Azumah Nelson fight in Australia?
What happened was that I went to Australia to fight Jet Finnick, and I guess Jet Finnick sent somebody to the gym, and they saw me working out, whatever, and they called off the fight. So they calling off the fight. They asked Nelson if he would take the fight, and Nelson took it. And as when he took that's why I fought Azumah Nelson. And I thought if I hit him hard, he'll come to fight. But no, it was the opposite. I hit him hard and he wasn't running. He didn't want to be near me. Everything he did was from the outside. And, and I thought I was winning the fight also, just like that. I was the one that was hurting him and give it the big shots. And they gave it to him because they picked the guy for Jeff Finnick.
Well, is there one moment that you enjoy the most when you think back about your career? I mean, you've had so many moments, it could be hard to think of one, but is there one?
Fighting Salvador Sanchez, yes, I was a little down. I was down because I lost the fight and everything. But as the people appreciate what I have done, make me feel better. And and that's what you hold with you. And when you win a world title, the pride that you put it behind your people, because that what you did, it made the other people proud that they know you, that they same race as you, and all of this stuff, and that gives you that type of feeling. It's like nothing in the world.